Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be about Creepshow art and the crazy situation that has been happening, basically exposing Shannon of Creepshow art and all of the mess that she has been doing on different platforms for years now that literally no one knew about. Now, I'm going to say allegedly that this is all alleged in the beginning of this video because I'm not going to say it during the rest of the video, or at least I don't think I'll say it during the rest of the video. But I'm saying allegedly now. This is all alleged. I believe that these things are true, which is why I'm making a video about it, and which is why I don't think I'm going to be saying allegedly throughout the rest of the video. But because there might be like legal action and things like that, I'm going to just say right now that these are alleged. So she could definitely be innocent of all of the claims against her, but with the mounting evidence against her, I fail to believe that she is innocent, or at least that she's completely innocent. She might even just have a small part, but if you have a small part in the things that she's being accused of, at that point you are extremely guilty, because no decent human would do something like this. And also I want to give a trigger warning that we're going to be talking about a lot of serious things, like the ending of life, about assault, stalking, there's going to be some slurs. I'm not going to say any of the slurs, but we're just kind of talking about these things and a stalker situation. So if these things are triggering for you, please don't feel obligated to watch the rest of this video. Please take care of your mental health. But if you are not triggered by these things, then I would highly suggest that you continue to watch this video, just because these things are super serious and they need to be brought to light, and more people need to talk about what Shannon has been doing behind the scenes, just so that we all know and so that we are all aware when she does come back and try to probably gaslight people into believing something completely false, in my opinion, allegedly. So yeah, now that we've gotten that out of the way, if you do enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel, turn on the post notifications so that you're notified of the next time that I post a video, which, by the way, will be sooner rather than later because I'm finally out of school, so I have time to actually make videos, which I'm so excited about. And please do follow me on Twitter. My Twitter will be in the description below. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into the video. So just for some context, if you don't know who Creepshow art is, she is a channel here on YouTube who does art and does like commentary, story time type videos. So what you'll see if you don't really know about the art community on YouTube, because I didn't really know that there was a big community like this until I started watching the videos on what's been happening with Shannon of Creepshow art. That's her name, Shannon. Once I started watching these videos, I realized, oh my gosh, this is a community. But so if you don't know what this is, basically people will make art on camera, and you can like see them like making their art, or they'll like screen record them making art digitally, and then they will do story times, they'll talk about things, and Shannon specifically has done a lot of commentary videos. And I was subscribed to Shannon. I have since unsubscribed after learning what I have learned about her and all of the accusations and everything like that. I have since unsubscribed, but at one time I was subscribed to Shannon, and she was very much a commentary channel. And I really liked her content. I really did. I enjoyed listening to her takes. Some of the content I just didn't personally care about, but when I did care about the content, as far as like the actual topic, I found her takes very interesting. I found her to be, I just liked her. I thought that she had a nice personality, and she seemed to have some type of moral code. I don't necessarily believe that anymore, but we'll get into that. So lately, and for the past, Shannon has been in drama over her time in like the commentary / art community. She has been in her fair share of drama. She's had feuds with different creators. But when I heard about these feuds, I never really thought much of it, because I think everybody has feuds. That's just kind of what happens. If you're in a community for long enough, you're going to feud with somebody. And so I never really cared. Like, I'm not the type to just cancel someone because they have a feud with someone else on the internet, because that's just how people work. And sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. So I never really thought anything of it. However, recently there's been a lot of talk about Shannon because she was exposed for basically talking about herself and using burner accounts on a website called Lolcow, or like Lolcow, something to that effect. I'm going to link videos that I watched by Omnia, I believe that's how you pronounce it, in the description below, so that you can actually hear exactly what happened, because they were pretty great breakdowns of what actually happened. But essentially what happened was people found out that Shannon was talking about herself on a gossip website. That's the best way I can put it. So there's this gossip website called Lolcow where you can talk about influencers and you can basically give your opinions anonymously. And some of the rules on this account is that if you are the creator, you cannot talk about yourself, and you can't pretend or promote yourself or things like that. Well, and this is important. If they believe that you are doing this, they can track your IP and basically confirm if that's you or not. And so the company and the admins behind the website tracked the IP and linked it to Shannon. So it was revealed that Shannon was using these burner accounts to basically talk about herself, to hype herself up, to hype up or demean other people on the platform, other influencers. She would demean some people that were even allegedly supposed to be friends of hers. And then she would also promote her content. And she also said several slurs throughout her time posting on this website, which was over the span of almost 3 years. So she was doing this a lot. And you can just see that she had fun with these burner accounts. Now, this situation kind of blew up and people were talking about it, and it led to other creators saying saying their own experiences with Shannon. And this is where we get into something really serious. There's a creator on the platform called Emily Artful. I am going to link her video about the situation down below. Her video is 2 hours long. I suggest that you watch it fully. You can put it on 1.5 speed and just watch it fully, because it is extremely, extremely important that you hear about what happened to Emily, because it's just, for someone to be so strong as to put that out on the internet, they should be received with only love, and people need to listen. That's just personally how I feel. But essentially, I think what happened was that once the situation with Shannon came out, where it was basically exposed that she was using a burner account and these burner accounts, and she was using this website to talk poorly about people, to use slurs, to hype herself up, that triggered other people to come out with their own stories about Shannon. And Emily came out with her own story about Shannon, which again, 2-hour long video. I suggest that you watch the entire thing. But she talked about, and this is just a very brief summation. Also, Emily came with a lot of screenshots, a lot of evidence, a lot of proof, explaining the proof in a lot of detail. So I 100% believe everything that she said. I 100% believe her and back her 100% in everything that she does in the future regarding the situation, because it is serious and she deserves justice. But basically what happened was that Emily dated Shannon's current husband at one point in time. And during that time, Shannon's current husband, when he was with Emily, he was abusive. He did a lot of disgusting things to her. including, he SA'd her. She was under the influence of drugs at the time, and then since becoming clean, she started a YouTube channel, and he started to harass her and stalk her on the internet using burner accounts. She's pretty convinced that he was doing this, especially because at one point he used his own account to harass her and to talk down on her, to demean her. And then he also stalked her on like Snapchat and like was showing, oh, I know your location, and just like really messing with her. And she also has children. That's also very important to me. I take children extremely seriously. I mean, the situation is already serious without children being involved. But once children are involved and you know that this person is dangerous, and Emily even mentioned that he at one point talked about shooting up schools. At that point, this person is extremely dangerous and should not know where children even reside, let alone the children of someone that he's been stalking and harassing on the internet. And Emily says that this has gone on for years, and I 100% believe her. This person should not know where children reside. Well, he ended up getting with Shannon, and apparently, and I believe this, Shannon started to get in on the relentless attacks on Emily, making burner accounts and harassing her, stalking her, threatening her, just tormenting her for years. And again, if you watch Emily's video, you'll see a lot of the patterns in Shannon's speech. You'll see that it's kind of clear, especially if you have watched Shannon's content, it's kind of clear that this is her. And she also shows that at one point she confronted Shannon. Shannon lied. In my opinion, I think that she lied and said that she wasn't doing this. But you can even see patterns in her speech when she's messaging Emily back on her actual account. So in my opinion, it's clear that basically Shannon stalked, harassed, threatened this woman for years for whatever reason. I think just because she picked it up from her boyfriend, now husband, and wanted to get in on the fun on an ex-girlfriend that he had. Maybe Shannon was jealous of Emily in some capacity because her boyfriend, his name is Anthony was obviously clearly obsessed with Emily because he wouldn't leave her alone, and maybe Shannon wanted to punish Emily. I think that might be what it is. It's like, I want to punish you for being the fixation of my husband. That might be what it is, because I don't really understand how any sane person or any person who has any ounce of like morality would literally sit up here and say, oh, you're stalking, harassing, and threatening your ex? Let me join in, instead of like leaving him. You know what I'm saying? So the whole situation is that situation. When I was listening to Emily's story, I was shocked at how anyone could do that. And some of the language that Anthony was using when he was talking to her through Snapchats was insanely creepy, and it honestly makes my skin crawl just thinking about it. And I don't know how Shannon could even be with a person like that, and that makes me already believe that she did this, because I don't see how anyone who is like, I just don't see how anyone could be with someone like that knowing that he's like that. It doesn't make any sense to me. Since all of this has come out, which is fairly recently, Shannon has been losing subscribers left and right. She's lost, I think that she's now almost almost at 400,000 subscribers, and she was definitely at 500,000 subscribers before this whole situation went down with the Lolcow incident, and then Emily's story coming out, and just everyone kind of dogpiling on her, and even friends or former friends denouncing her and saying that they believe Emily, and really standing against Shannon, and really speaking out against everything that has been happening, and really taking these accusations head on. And, this is just how I feel. I feel like it's really believable that she did this to Emily, because I think the Lolcow situation is pretty much proven, considering they have her IP address. And, I don't think that they would put that out unless they knew for a fact that she was doing it. Now, Shannon, she responded to the Lolcow incident and basically said that her stalker somehow got her IP address and was doing all of this, and she wasn't. And she called her stalker Amy, sounding like Emily, which Emily also pointed out in her video. And she was basically saying, oh, I have a stalker. I've had this stalker for super long. This person won't leave me alone. And they've been doing all of these things using burner accounts to ruin my life. Sounding very similar to what I believe she was doing to Emily. And I just feel like this entire situation, it's kind of clear that Shannon has a pattern of behavior where she will use burner accounts and she will try to create her own narrative. She'll try to take control of a situation, and she will go to whatever lengths possible to make sure that a situation is portrayed in a particular light so that she looks the best, and anyone that she is feuding with, or just anyone in general, looks the worst. I think that that's just something that she does. And I think that that's something that a lot of people on the internet do. Well, not a lot of people, but I'm saying it's a common thing. And so I'm not really surprised that she would do the Lolcow situation. And I think that that type of behavior then spilled over into the stalking situation with Emily. And I think that she's always kind of had that in her, to make burner accounts, to try to create a false narrative, and to try to twist the story into how she wants it to be. Like, for example, which this particular example, it doesn't have anything to do with burner accounts, but I do think that it's interesting. Emily, in her video, she stated that Shannon continuously talks about how at one point she was homeless, but fails to mention that she was homeless by choice with her boyfriend. They just didn't want to pay rent. I believe they lived in the Bay Area, which I have a friend who actually tried to do that as well, live in a car instead of paying high rent in the Bay Area. But she was homeless by choice. And yet she uses this homelessness that she experienced as a way to almost qualify what she says, as like, I have this much trauma, I've been through this much, therefore I can say this on this subject and I am right. And I tend to not try to get annoyed by that type of stuff, just because I don't know what someone has gone through. I don't know what their experience is, and I don't know how that experience shaped them into the person that they are now, with the morality that they have now. So I can't necessarily get mad at someone for mentioning that so that they can qualify their arguments. However, with Shannon, it's clear that she used something she used it and then twisted the narrative, and then continued to use it as a way to qualify what she has to say. Also, with her talking about this stalker situation, which I am leaning towards not believing whatsoever, just because it sounds so close to what happened to Emily. The names are similar, and just some of the things that she said that this stalker did don't make sense, i.e. the Lolcow situation. It doesn't make sense how this person could get your IP address and go online and then promote your YouTube subscription. That doesn't make sense. And so I think that she uses these things to switch the narrative and to qualify her arguments and to make people not only feel bad for her, but also feel like she is like the morality police. And that leads me to something that's a more general topic, is that I can't watch a lot of commentary channels anymore. I feel like I keep watching commentary channels and I keep being disappointed. Like at one point I used to watch Angelica Oles. I don't anymore because I feel like she definitely disappointed me with the whole Smokey Glow situation. Again, the whole Rich Lux group, I used to watch these drama channels and I used to really enjoy them, but now I simply don't. And there are a lot of other commentary channels where they keep getting exposed for not only being hypocritical because they're the morality police, but they do horrific things. It's not like how, how they talk about James Charles and the more minor stuff with James Charles, like, oh, he said this lipstick was $5.99 but it's really $6.99, and they'll make a whole video about that while they're like using burner accounts to stalk and harass people. Like, there's just a disconnect in the commentary community, and I feel like we need a reset in the commentary/drama community, because there are too many people like this that have kept getting exposed over time that do these similar things to Shannon, where they will try to qualify their experiences and their arguments with a lot of just like trauma dumping almost, and then you'll find out that that's not even really what happened, or they'll somehow try to switch the narrative and they'll be manipulative, or they'll just deceive their audience completely as to who they actually are. And it's not as extreme as Shannon's situation, but I see a lot of these types of patterns in the commentary/drama community, and it's really bothersome because I feel like I can't watch anyone's content. I know that not everyone is perfect, and I know that everyone has done something problematic. I liked what Emily said in her video, which was basically that everyone is problematic. It's how you approach the situations and how you grow from them and learn from them and do better in the future. I think that that was an excellent point, because I believe that that's true. I don't expect any of these commentary/drama channels to not get in drama. That's why, again, when I said in the beginning that, like, when I saw Shannon was feuding with someone, I never really paid it much mind, because I thought, well, people feud. Someone's going to be wrong. People, that's just how it works. People are not perfect. But to this level, and we continuously see this time and time again in the commentary and drama community, where it's just like explosions. People never are just able to like leave, or it's like when people get canceled, it's an absolute explosion of insane information that like you wouldn't even think could possibly happen, or that someone could possibly do, and yet here we are. And I would love to say that like I knew it, or I had a sneaking suspicion, but I didn't. I thought that Shannon was really wholesome, honestly. I really loved her energy. I really thought that, she was a good person, but I guess we didn't know her at all. And this speaks to another point, is that we don't really know these people. It's so easy to feel like you know someone, especially when they make content and it feels like they're talking straight to you, but you really don't know these people at all. And so we just need to be careful I think that we really need to start being careful about who we give these large platforms to. But I'm so glad that there are other YouTubers who are willing to check people and who are are willing to expose these things. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about the situation because I felt like it's super important just to have videos on it so that it doesn't get swept under the rug and so that people don't end up forgetting. And I just wanted to kind of give my own perspective and insight about it and just kind of talk about how I feel like this is all connected as sort of a pattern of behavior where Shannon will make these burner accounts and she'll do all of this just so that she can control the narrative and pretend to be multiple people to back herself up and to defend herself. But yeah, I feel horrible for Emily. Please go show her love. Please watch the videos that I linked down below. And please just stay informed about the people that you're watching because it's really scary, at least to me, to think that I gave people so much time and in turn gave them money here on YouTube. The more time that you give someone, the more money that you're giving them. And knowing that I gave it to someone who would then turn around and use that money and use the resources that they obtain from that money to go and stalk and harass someone and even threaten their children in a way, like that's disgusting. I feel horrible in some weird way, but it just goes to show that like we need to be more careful about who we really support on this platform, who we really give our time to, and everything like that. So anyways, that is it for me. Please enjoy this obligatory picture of Tom Holland as I close out. But those are my thoughts about the situation. I know that I gave a really brief summary about everything that has happened. And if I missed anything, I am so sorry. But this video would have been extremely long. And there are already excellent videos on the platform about the situation. So I don't feel like I didn't want to summarize exactly what happened. I just kind of wanted to comment on the things that have happened. So please, again, go watch those videos, especially Emily's video. Just please listen to her story and support her because she really, really deserves the support and the love that she's been receiving. I'm just really happy that people are, as far as I've seen, they've been so kind to her, and just please continue to be kind to her. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Go ahead and comment down below what you think about the situation. What do you think about Shannon? Do you think that my analysis of her is correct? Do you think it's incorrect? Why not? Go ahead and comment that down below. Please do subscribe to my channel and turn on the post notifications so that you are notified of the next time that I post a video. And follow me on Twitter. My Twitter will be in the description below. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!